If you live anywhere in the world that can trade Asia session, then please watch this video. Now, unless you've been living under a rock over the past few months, you know that Asia has been delivering the best that I've seen out of any session. So better than New York AM, better than New York PM, way better than London session. And if you know what to look for, you can capitalize on continuation longs like this. Now, I know it's easy in hindsight to look over winning trades, but I actually posted this inside of the Discord last night. You can see here my main idea last night was looking for continuation longs, delivering from 15-minute and 1 hour fair value gaps to then target my draw on liquidity, which were these equal highs. We ended up getting 3 A+ continuation longs using the strategy I'm going to show you guys in this video. So I call this model the Asia continuation model. Now, the first thing you guys need to understand is when to use continuations versus when to use reversals. For Asia session specifically, I'm only taking continuation trades. Now, what this means is that I need to see price clearly trending on a higher time frame, meaning an obvious bullish uptrend making higher highs and higher lows, but more importantly, creating new bullish fair value gaps. Ideally, creating new 1 hour and 4 hour, in this case, bullish fair value gaps, because we are looking for long positions. If price is accumulating, or there's not a lot of volume, or there's not a clear and obvious draw on liquidity that price is going towards, then I will not trade Asia session. That means I do not get a trade every single Asia session. It's only in this one certain condition that I will look for trades. But the positive of trading this is that you oftentimes have a very high risk to reward, especially when your draw on liquidity is obvious. Now, why do we only look for continuations as opposed to trading this chop accumulation and looking for reversals? What I've noticed personally is that Asia just does not have a lot of volume unless it is trending in a continuation form, meaning a lot of the time when Asia consolidates, there just isn't a lot of volume in the market, and we don't want to trade when there isn't volume in the market. We want volume and volatility because our model is more likely to play out. However, when we have an obvious draw on liquidity, right, maybe a relative equal high, an untapped higher time frame fair value gap, I've already made videos going over DOLs and I'll show you more examples in this video, then Asia tends to be really good at continuing that trend as opposed to reversing it. So again, we want to be trading this. We do not want to be trading this right here. Cool. Hopefully this makes sense. Now let's jump into it. So we're going to go into replay mode here, coming into Asian session last night. Okay, we're starting on a 4-hour time frame. This is where I start my top-down analysis. And all I'm looking for here is who is in control. Are buyers in control, or are sellers in control, or is no one in control? Just by looking at this chart on a 4-hour time frame, where do you guys think price is going? If you have any sort of trading experience, you would say higher. Now, there's a couple of reasons for that. Number one, we have just inversed these 2 4-hour bearish fair value gaps. And not only that, we have created a new bullish 4-hour fair value gap right here. So we never want to be bearish inside of a 4-hour bullish fair value gap, right? High time frame context is bullish. I can also see that we are creating higher highs and higher lows on a 4-hour time frame, telling us that we are in a bullish uptrend. And also look at the obvious draws on liquidity to our left here. We have this relative equal high here on a 4-hour time frame. We have more relative equal highs all the way up here, going all the way to our all-time high. So we would call all of these untapped highs failure swings, otherwise known as low resistance liquidity. Even going to a daily time frame, look at all of these untapped highs here, creating this sort of bullish trend line. You guys should know it by now if you watch videos on this channel. Very obvious bullish bias heading into Asian session. Now, I'm not worried about all of these draws on liquidity higher all the way up here at 30,000, right? I'm only worried about the nearest draw on liquidity, which is going to be this relative equal high. Okay, we're obviously expanding up towards these highs right here. There's no reason to think that we will be bearish. And the only reason I would ever turn bearish in this scenario is if we see a 4-hour candle closure below this bullish fair value gap. At that point, I would say I was wrong about my bullish bias, and then I could maybe look for shorts lower. But guys, we are bullish. So here is my scenario, right? I want to see a retest of this 4-hour bullish fair value gap, trading from internal liquidity to external liquidity, right? IRL to ERL. Now, how do we actually get an entry? This is where we drop to a 1 hour and a 15-minute time frame to mark out our bullish fair value gaps. Or you can just use the manipulation X V7 indicator, which automatically loads in these high time frame fair value gaps for you. Low resistance liquidity, FVGs with all of our filters. So this is the indicator I personally use. If you guys want access, make sure to click the first link in the description below. I only want to see untapped fair value gaps. So again, all I'm doing is marking out my untapped 15-minute and my untapped hourly fair value gaps. Now I'm looking for these obvious fair value gaps, right? It shouldn't be a tiny little 15-minute gap like this. It should be a pretty clear, a pretty obvious fair value gap on my chart. So I see we have a 15-minute fair value gap right here, and we have a 15-minute and 1 hour fair value gap all the way down here. However, when you are in a bullish trend, price will not always give you that deep pullback. So really, I'm looking for a reaction off of this 15-minute bullish fair value gap to send price higher. At this point, I'll drop down to the 3 to 5 minute time frame and I will look for my entry model. Right, so you can see here we are still inside this bottom 15-minute bullish fair value gap, and all we are waiting for at this point, guys, is a V-shaped inversion. So an IFVG within 6 candles. I see here we also put in a bullish SMT with ES. This means that NQ ended up sweeping this low, whereas ES did not, showing us that there's manipulation between the two correlated assets, telling us that a reversal is likely to happen. Now, I do not need to see an SMT divergence. I know a lot of people use SMTs with every trade they take. I don't personally use that, okay? I use it as an added confirmation. Again, it's inside of our manipulation X indicator, so it loads in automatically, but I don't need to see that SMT. Now, for the entry, I'm always looking to take the highest time frame inversion fair value gap in the leg. So I can see here I have a bearish fair value gap on the 3-minute time frame that I'm waiting for price to inverse. But if I go to a 5-minute time frame, there's also a 5-minute inversion. So in this case, guys, I will wait for the 5-minute fair value gap to inverse, and there we get that really strong momentum closure. Again, the IFVG is within 6 candles. I will put my stop loss at the swing low because this is a protected low. A protected stop loss just means that you have a liquidity sweep or an SMT inside of a fair value gap. There is no logical reason for price to come back down to this low if we are correct on the bullish idea, and we would simply target this high as our full TP, and we let price play out, and price ends up hitting full TP. So we have the higher time frame context, the higher time frame draw on liquidity. When they align and price is clearly trending, we want to drop down to the 15-minute and the 1 hour time frame to mark out our fair value gaps, or just use the manipulation X indicator to do it for you. From that point, you're going down to the 1 to 5 minute time frame and looking to take a V-shaped IFVG, the highest time frame inversion fair value gap in that leg down, to then target higher. If there's an SMT divergence, this is an A+ setup, but it is not necessary. Now, we can continue to look for long positions, assuming that price is continuing to create new bullish fair value gaps. So you can see here, we are rejecting from this 15-minute bullish fair value gap, and we have a V-shaped inversion right here. However, this would be a trade that I would fade almost every single time. There's a couple of reasons that I would personally fade a trade like this. Number one is you are still longing into bearish fair value gaps, right? You have these 2 5-minute bearish fair value gaps right above you. And number two, you are not in discount. If we draw our fib from the swing low to the swing high, you can see that we are still above the mid-range. If we take a look at this first continuation model we got from the most obvious swing low to that swing high, you can see that we perfectly rebalance the mid-range. For a continuation long to be valid for me, I really want to see price at least rebalance this local range, meaning I want a discounted entry. I don't want too long when price is all the way up here. And we also have another untapped fair value gap right below. So this would be a trade that I would personally fade, and I would wait for lower prices, build up more low resistance liquidity on this move down, and then look to take that continuation, which is exactly what we do. Okay, we consolidate a bit more. We tag into this lower bullish 15-minute fair value gap that also happens to be in discount of this range, and we get our liquidity sweep right here. Okay, so 9 times out of 10, guys, when I'm taking a trade, I need to see a liquidity sweep. All I'm looking for now is an inversion fair value gap within 6 candles, which we get right here. So this is going to be my long. Now, because we have a liquidity sweep inside of a higher time frame fair value gap, this now becomes a protected low, meaning that we now have a protected stop loss. We can put our stop loss at this low, and we will simply target this high here as our full TP, and we let price play out, and this one ends up hitting full take profit, I believe. Okay, there it goes. Boom. Okay, and I'm going to draw this out one more time for you guys just to make this as clear as possible. On a higher time frame, we must be trending to the upside towards a clear draw on liquidity. This could be a relative equal high, an untapped fair value gap, or just an external high. Next, we must be creating bullish 1 hour and 4 hour fair value gaps. From this point, we want to drop down to the 15-minute and the 1 hour to mark out our 15-minute and 1 hour bullish fair value gaps. This is where we'll be looking to execute a trade trade on a lower time frame. As price pulls back into this 15-minute or this 1-hour fair value gap, I would like to see price rebalance this local range, meaning it must be at or below the 0.5 fib. I do not want to be taking continuations when we are in premium of the zone. Now, heading down to a lower time frame, there's a few things that I want to see. Okay, I mentioned it very briefly, but I would like to see some sort of low resistance liquidity. This means I don't just want to see one aggressive pullback into this 15-minute gap, creating new bearish fair value gaps. I want to see a nice corrective pullback, creating these failure swings or these untapped highs as we are approaching that 15-minute or 1-hour fair value gap. This gives me a really good break-even target, number one, on my trade, but also makes this trade more confident because we are targeting low resistance. Right, we would call all of these failure swings here low resistance liquidity. And finally, I would like to see a liquidity sweep at the low, otherwise known as a stop hunt, meaning price takes out these early buyers, remanipulates their stop losses, and then finally grabs the liquidity to then push price up higher. Finally, for our entry, I would like to see a V-shaped inversion fair value gap. This just means an inversion fair value gap within 6 candles. On that close, I would like to see a really strong close, a nice volume close, a really bullish candle to confirm that order flow on a lower time frame is now shifting from that bullish downtrend back to that higher time frame bullish uptrend. Now, some of you are probably wondering if this only works in Asian session. No, guys, this strategy works in all sessions. I've just noticed that Asia tends to continue the trend when there is a very obvious trend. But this is a trade that our indicator also called this morning at pre-market. Okay, this was 9 a.m. Eastern. You can see we got a beautiful continuation signal right here. We had a V-shaped IFVG, session drawn liquidity higher, volume candle, delivering from a 15-minute bullish fair value gap. We also had an SMT divergence with ES here as well, right? So this can work in any session. Over the past few weeks, Asia has been playing out beautifully, and I'm honestly tempted to start trading Asia as well as New York AM. But guys, that's going to do it for this video on my Asia continuation model. People will literally charge thousands of dollars for the information I just gave you guys for free on this YouTube video. So it would mean a lot if you guys could leave a thumbs up on this video. If you guys are serious about taking your trading to the next level, you see people making money trading online, you see people getting payouts, you just don't have the system or structure to execute and see those results, then look no further. Every single morning at 9:30 a.m. Eastern, I go live inside the Discord to live trade in front of over 100 people. So you guys can learn the exact models I'm teaching you guys on this channel for free, a little bit more in depth, and get used to spotting this in real time and not just going over it hindsight in a YouTube video. I'll also give you guys my custom trading indicators that I have personally developed for my trading strategy. We also have some massive updates coming to our Manipulation X indicator in the coming weeks as well. So if you guys are interested in that, make sure to click the first link in the description below. Subscribe to the channel for more trading content, and I'll see you guys next video.